requirements and protocols pertaining to the management of the border areas would be scrupulously followed. Sir, through you, I would like to inform the House that disengagement has been achieved in full in eastern Ladakh through a step-by-step process culminating in Depsang and Demchok. With the task of disengagement completed, it is now our expectation that discussions would commence with regard to the remaining issues that we have placed on the agenda. For the benefit of honorable members, I would also flag to your attention previous positions articulated by the government in Parliament on this issue. On 15th of September 2020, Raksha Mantri ji had made a detailed statement on Chinese attempts to transgress the LAC and the appropriate response given by our armed forces. On the 11th of February 2021, Raksha Mantri had again briefed the House about our disengagement agreement in the north and south banks of the Pangong Lake. Thereafter, in August of 2021, a third phase of disengagement took place in the area of Gogra, whereby troops would henceforth be in their respective bases. The next step took place in September 2022 pertaining to the Hot Springs area. Again, forward deployments ceased in a phased, coordinated and verified manner, resulting in the return of troops to their respective areas. The most recent agreement, the October 21 agreement, comes in the wake of the earlier ones. It completes the first phase of what we had agreed to in Moscow in September 2020. As members are aware, there is a long history of frictions, transgressions and face-offs in several sectors of the India-China border. This goes back to Barahoti from 1954, to Longju in 1959, to Sumdurongchu from 1986-1995, and Depsang in 2013, amongst others. In the past, earlier governments have agreed to a range of steps to diffuse situations that have arisen at different times, including offers on our side to create demilitarized zones, limited non-patrolling zones, relocation or withdrawal of posts, disengagement of troops, and dismantlement of structures. Different locations have seen different solutions being examined. Where the October 21 understanding is concerned, our objective has been to ensure patrolling as in the past to the relevant patrolling points, as well as the resumption of grazing by our civilians as per long-standing practice. This is indeed what we have agreed upon in regard to Depsang and Demchok. In a few other places where friction occurred in 2020, steps of a temporary and limited nature were worked out based on local conditions to obviate the possibility of more further friction. This, I must stress, applies to both sides and can be revisited as the situation demands. In that sense, our stance has been resolute and firm and serves our national interests fully. The ensuring of our national security in this manner is the result of cumulative and coordinated endeavors of many parts of the government, obviously centered around our defense and security forces. The competence and professionalism of our services in this period was displayed in our speedy and effective counter-deployment. In the negotiations with China, the defense and diplomatic arms worked in lockstep to ensure that our national interests were comprehensively met. Sir, in that context, the House would also recognize that there has been a significant improvement in the border infrastructure, which has made such effective counter-deployment possible. This is reflected, amongst others, in the increase of border infrastructure allocations in the last decade. The Border Roads Organization, BRO, alone has incurred 3 times the expenditure level of what it was a decade ago. Whether it is the length of the road networks, of the bridges, or the number of tunnels, there has been a substantial increase over the earlier period. Notable milestones in recent years include the Atal Tunnel to Lahul Spiti, the Sela and the Nechifu tunnels to Tawang, the Umlingla Pass Road in southern Ladakh, and the extended opening of the Zojila axis. Work is progressing on some strategically important roads and airfields in Ladakh. The adoption of new technologies in high altitude, remote, inaccessible and permafrost areas has also been significant. All of this reflects the government's firm commitment to protecting our borders and ensuring that our armed forces get the facilities and the logistical support that they deserve. Finally, sir, let me share with honorable members our expectation regarding the direction of our ties with China in the near future. Our relationship had progressed in many domains, but was obviously negatively affected by recent events. We are clear that the maintenance of peace and tranquility in border areas is a prerequisite for the development of our ties. In the coming days, we will be discussing both de-escalation as well as effective management of our activities in the border areas. The conclusion of the disengagement phase now allows us to consider other aspects of our bilateral engagement in a calibrated manner, keeping our national security interests first and foremost. In my recent meeting with Foreign Minister Wang Yi, we reached an understanding that the special representatives and the foreign secretary level mechanisms will be convening soon. I thank you, sir, and the honorable members for their attention, and I'm confident that the government has the full support in addressing the complexities of this important issue.
इसमें डिस्कशन नहीं होता जी। नंबर 14 बैंकारी विधिया संशोधन विधेयक 2024 बैंकिंग लॉ अमेंडमेंट बिल 2020 सदन नियमों प्रक्रियाओं से चलता है और नियम प्रक्रिया में हमारे लोकसभा में ये है कि स्टेटमेंट के बाद कोई भी सप्लीमेंट्री प्रश्न नहीं पूछा जाता।